All right, welcome everybody to our webinar. I am super excited today to have Connie with us. We are going to be talking about membership management, and we're going to be talking about it in the perspective of a dental office manager. But first, I want to introduce Connie. Connie is from Dr. Thomason's office in Roosevelt, Utah. She has been in the dental field for over 10 years. Connie, how are you doing?
I'm good. It's good to talk to you, Jordan.
Yeah, it's always good to talk to you guys. You guys are one of my favorite offices to speak with. So, could you
course
tell?
we are.
Yeah, could you tell our audience a little bit about yourself so they get to know who you are and kind of your professional background?
Okay, so I'm an Idaho girl by trade, and we moved to Roosevelt about 10 years ago, and I got asked to help out in the dental office that my uncle owned. And then shortly after that, Dr. Thomason come along and bought the practice, and I've just stuck it out with him and learned a lot and love doing what I do. So,
Awesome.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's just a little bit there.
Awesome. Well, today, like I said, we're going to be talking with Connie. They have signed up with our with BoomCloud, our membership software. They've been with us for about 5 months, but I think in around 3 months' time, they were able to break most everyone's record on our, of all of our customers. They were signing up a lot of patients very quickly, and I think in 2 or 3 months' time, they were able to sign up over 150 patients, and they're still growing today. Is that true, Connie?
Yes, that is.
Still
That
growing
is.
with your membership program.
We probably sign up 1 to 2 families a day,
Awesome.
give or take. So it's been a great thing for our office.
Yeah, that is awesome. So today we're going to be talking about how Connie uses our software and any tips and tricks that she's done in their dental practice to grow the way they've done and to continue the growth. So the first question I have for you, Connie, we're just going to go over this next slide. So, and we'll switch over to our software so you can show some tips and tricks about using BoomCloud. But how do you use BoomCloud to manage your membership program? You can kind of talk here, and I'll switch over to our software and
Okay.
pass you the mouse here, and you can kind of show people how easy it is and how you use it as an office manager. So there you go. I should be sharing that mouse there.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Jordan.
Yep.
So basically, you've got your dashboard here, but basically when we call patients or patients are in insurance, no insurance, it doesn't matter. We make sure that we have talked to them and shared with them what our savings plan is what we call it, is, and see if they're interested in something like that. And a lot of times our scheduler, Michelle, will, as she's scheduling them, offer that plan to them, and then they'll come in and look at it a little bit more and talk to me or JC. And then a lot of times when they leave, they will sign up. Now, there's 2 different ways to have them sign up, and we have both on hand. We have where we can go, we have an icon on our computers that pull us right into this page. And you can go in and do members. And Jordan, I hope it's okay if I click on this, if it will let me.
Yep, go ahead. Try clicking on it twice. There we go. Yeah.
There you go. So we go into members and add new. Now we have a couple of iPads that we can do this and get them started. And as you add new, they can sit down and fill this out if they are wanting to do that on their own. We find it's a more personable way, and we do that within our practice completely. We don't ever just hand paperwork to our patients and have them fill it out. We sit with them and do it. So we find a more personal way that we talk with them and we fill this out for them and ask them the questions and see who they want. And then if they come down here and they're like, oh, we're just going to sign up 1, it's a great benefit. And we show them we go over the plan again. If you sign up more than 1, it's a bigger discount, type thing. And so, just kind of help them along the way, and they're not feeling disconnected and handed a piece of paper and say, okay, fill this out. Okay, thanks. We try to walk them and talk to them along the way that way.
Very
So,
interesting. Yeah, I think
yeah.
that's a really good tip. Because I think it can seem a little cold if you just hand them papers or the registration form, and be like, yeah, here you go, sign it up, right? But
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. And I believe last I spoke with you, you guys have a consulting room as well, right? That you take them in.
We do. We have a consult room where, it's multi-use. We use it, of course, to present big treatment plans, but every new patient that walks into our office and some existing, if it's been a while since we've updated their chart, I will go and get them from the waiting room before they see the hygienist or the assistant, and I will take them into that consult room and go through their paperwork. And I ask them the questions, and I actually fill it out for them, and at the very end I have them sign it. And so a lot of times in that process, then I make sure that, and mind you, by this point they've probably been presented already with our savings plan, but then I present it again to them, and so it's a dual, a reminder that we have this great plan for our patients. That so much, our patients are loving it. We've been able to see people who, a lot of times husbands especially don't come in themselves. They make sure that their kids and their wife are taken care of. And by signing up on the savings plans, we've been able to see those husbands and get them taken care of as well.
Awesome. Really cool. Cool. Is that some of the tips that you want to share there? Any other tips that you have on using our software?
I think just make it, the software is easy, and I think as an office, make it easy and make it personable. Don't make it complicated for them. And reality, I think that the biggest tip is to help them get through it. And to be quite honest, the iPads we have, if they want to do that, but we very seldom use them. We sit with them and fill it out and help them, and then we send them an email with the link to their dashboard, and so then they can get on and manage their software from home. So
Great.
We try to make it as easy as possible for our members.
Perfect. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm just going to take the presenter role over here, and we'll switch over to our presentation. Let's see. There we go. Cool. Thank you, Connie. Awesome tips. I love that you guys sit down with each patient because, in reality, a dental practice is in the people business, and you want to build relationships. It's not like selling a product at the store, right, where you buy a gallon of milk, right? It's a relationship based. So I love that you guys do that in your practice because that's shown that you actually care about it and that you believe in the program to sit with that patient and say, this is beneficial to you and your family, and I'll sit here with you and help you fill it out to get you started with it. I think that's awesome.
Right.
Awesome tip. Another thing. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Jordan. We just had a family that we saw, just every now and then when the kids had a toothache or whatever, and because of the savings plan, it's 6 kids and a mom and a dad, and they have signed up on the savings plan, and it's working great for them because they have the control on whether it's a monthly payment or a full out, but it gives them, that option, and they've been able to get their kids in and start getting their work done. So it's worked out really well.
Awesome. That's good to hear. Let's move on to the next question. So this is a question I get all the time when I'm talking to practice, just across the nation. How do you use BoomCloud with your practice management software? And I understand you guys use Dentrix, correct?
Yes, we are.
So we're gonna talk about. Let's just talk about this for a little bit. How do you use it with your practice management software? The next question we'll switch over to Dentrix.
Okay, so that's kind of that's a big question. It's kind of a tricky question, depending on what software you use. I'm sure all softwares can use it, and I'm not. And maybe this is where I'm getting a little tongue-tied with it, but the software with Dentrix, we have BoomCloud on a separate icon. It's not totally integrated with our software as far as what I'm understanding your question to be, Jordan.
Yep.
we put it in there as a insurance plan, and that way it shows up and it's in our system and it's working that way. But we keep it separate as far as our dashboard and everything like that. So when we run our numbers on our Dentrix, it's showing it as an insurance plan and showing us how many people and all of that, but it's not showing us all the ins and the outs of it.
Okay, like our dashboard shows you like all the revenue and things like that.
Right.
Awesome, super cool. So it's obviously standalone with most practice management software, but it's definitely doable and manageable when you have Dentrix or any other software that's a practice management piece. So the follow-up question I have with that is, a lot of people, with integration, there is a manual integration, between the Dentrix or whatever practice management software you're using and BoomCloud. And like you said there, you guys created an insurance company for your membership program, right? Well, I shouldn't say company, but you set it up like an insurance account, right?
Correct.
And I do want to show people how you guys did that in Dentrix. And most other practice management software will be very similar to this, but Dentrix obviously is well used in across the nation. So hopefully this will be helpful for those that use Dentrix. But Connie, I'm going to just pass the presenter role to you, and show us how you guys set it up in Dentrix, and explain why you did that and things like that. It's very simple, but I think it's a very important thing to know about setting up membership programs. So there you go. I just passed it to you.
Okay. Perfect. Yes, I think that was our biggest hurdle to get over, is to figure out how we were going to keep track, how we were going to let the girls in the back know and everybody know that these are part of our savings family. They're on our savings plan, and so we went through. JC and I did. She's my right hand with most of it. Okay, and we went through, and if you go into your Dentrix Office Manager, and you'll go up to your maintenance now, and most of you will know how to do this, but if you just go in and set up your employer maintenance, so I'll show you that we have it sitting there. So we have all of our employers that are the employers for our different insurance companies. So these are all our employers. So we went down and we added, you're going to push new and add in your dental savings plan. So when you push new, you just write it in there as the dental savings plan, and it joins it into your employer maintenance. After you do that, and Jordan, tell me if I'm talking too fast or if you're not understanding, because I want to make sure that they understand and know how to do this. It's fairly easy. It's just a lot
so far so good. Good thing we're recording this, so they can always scroll back and kind of rewatch your steps here.
Perfect. Okay, and then you're going to go in and set up your insurance maintenance. You're going to go in and set up just like you do for any other insurance. So you're going to go into your reference. You're going to go into insurance maintenance. You're going to click on insurance maintenance, and you're going to hit the new button. Okay, once you hit the new button, let me hit new, you're going to come up with all of your information that you fill out for your insurance to put it there. So with us, where we've already put that in there, for sake of not wanting to duplicate it, I'll just scroll down and show you how we did that. Should just type it in there. Maybe I just didn't. I think I messed myself up.
It looks like dental is spelled with the N after D.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, there it is.
There we go. Right here, dental savings plan. So if I click on that, it's going to come up. So we put dental savings plan as the carrier name, group plan, dental savings plan, employer, dental savings plan. This is our address. So this is where we are located. Our phone number, everything that way. We went down. Benefits renewed. We have none because that's everybody who signs up different. Their renewal is different. So we didn't want to put in and lock in a certain date. Your claim format, same claim format. It's not going to create a claim, and I'll go over that here in a little bit. You actually will create a claim, make your adjustment, and then close your claim. So there's a little bit of steps to it, but it's working out really well and going to help us keep track and also help keep track of the renewals. So that's how we put that in there that way. Is there, do you have any questions, Jordan, on that?
No,
Is there anything I'm
think that
missing?
I think that was pretty straightforward. This is something that I've always wanted to see how a practice is doing this, because we have countless practices across the nation that use Dentrix and other practice management software that have reported to me that this is how they're doing it. I'm like, well, I'm curious. I want to see what you guys are doing. So this is very informative.
Right. No, and it's been really slick because when you then set up your savings plan, you can go in and set up your coverage table. And so we've went in, depending on how you set up the plan. Now, I don't know if everybody's plans are the same as ours as far as percentages and
They'll
this,
be
that, and
different.
the other, but however your office has set it up, then you're going to go in and set up your coverage. So it covers 100% of all of our cleanings. So that's set at 100%. Then it gives a 20% discount for everything after, except for implant services. So we have that at a 0. So
Okay.
once you get your coverage, your insurance coverage plan set up, then as you walk people out that have this insurance, then it's going to automatically, where it says expected from insurance, that's their discount. So it automatically does that for you. So that's a nice thing that it will do. And I think we were with EagleSoft before, and I think EagleSoft is close to the same situation here.
It is, yeah, because I've actually I have a good partnership with Patterson and speaking with some people over there, and they have a very similar situation in their software and how to set this up. So yes, you're absolutely right there.
All right. Okay, so then after that, it's sitting in there as an insurance company, and so then when you go, and I'll go in, we have let's see, computer wants to think for a minute more. Here we go.
There we go.
Yeah. And we're going to do a fake Tomlinson. That's our practice, and if you don't have a practice guy in there, set it up, and then you can play with it. So fake Tomlinson here has come in. He's a new patient, and he has signed up for our dental savings plan. So we're going to go into here. We're going to go to the carrier. We're going to go down to our dental savings plan. Let's see. I'm going to go the easy way here. I always forget to go the easy way sometimes. So there's your dental savings plan, and we click on it. You don't have to worry about a subscriber ID, so we're just going to put it in there. And so there it is. So when he comes in and gets services done and we go to walk him out, it's going to give that discount of whatever the services that are.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that was awesome. Is there anything else you guys do, or is that pretty much it when you get into like Dentrix?
That's all we do to set it up. That's the total setup process. And then, like I said, when we go to walk him out, then we will see where it says total amount, and you'll see down. I need to have a walkout, don't I? Where it says, insurance amount, total amount of the services, and then estimated insurance portion, and then patient owes. That estimated insurance portion is then what we'll go in and do an adjustment for.
Okay.
And then the patient will pay that total paid, or the total owed by the patient. And so it puts it in there, that 20% or the 100%. Of course, there's nothing for them to pay, but.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that it clears a lot of things up with a lot of practices. I know this is a big question that I keep getting from office managers, and obviously I'm not an office manager, and I've never had to do this side of it before, so this is very informative. And after they check out, then you can obviously when they check in, you check in with BoomCloud to make sure their membership fee is being paid, whether it's monthly or yearly, things like that. We also have the benefit tracking. I don't know if you guys use that at all. Some offices use it, some offices don't. But yeah, basically we use the two software. You set it up as an insurance program,
Right.
in
Well,
Dentrix.
and one thing that we do too to help us keep track when we're on the Dentrix side of it.
Uh-huh.
Yes, we go in on a daily basis and see if there's any new patients that have signed up or patients that and make sure that we follow and do our numbers with you guys as well. But
Mm-hmm.
right here where we give an alert, so we have a patient alert, and so Fake Tomlinson, he's just done himself, and so we will click the all, put dental savings, in here as an alert, and
Mm-hmm.
the date they signed up. So today's whoops,
No
that's
worries.
not going to work. No, I'm out of room. So
You
down
better.
here,
You put a note down there.
then we have gone in and made it our dental savings button here, dental savings plan, since, and then we'll put the date that he signed up with the dental savings plan and push OK. And now anytime, like if I were to go to his chart, hopefully this works. Nope, it didn't. Oh well. Right there. There it is.
Oh,
Patient
there.
alert. Dental savings plan member since 3/24/17.
Oh,
So
I see.
that pops up anytime that we go to their account, to their chart, to anything that has their name attached to it, and so we're keeping track of it that way as well.
Very cool. So when the doctor is, working or any of the assistants or hygienists are working, they get that message pop up as well. And then you guys can obviously, log into BoomCloud and make sure that that patient is still active, things like that. That's a great tip, Connie. I love that. Anything else other than that? We can switch over to and finish the rest of our presentation here. Is there any other?
No, that's great.
Cool.
Have,
So it seems very simple on the Dentrix side, just the practice management side. I'm going to pass it over back to me here.
Okay.
There we go. Let me know if we are seeing my screen again, so I'll start talking now.
Yep, you're there.
Cool.
You're there.
So wonderful advice, Connie. I think that's what a lot of practices need to know is how to manage that on that end. And those tips were awesome. So let's just move on to the next question. So this is another question that I had is, how have you and the doctor motivated the staff to offer a membership program to all your patients? Because, when I went and visited your office, I can't remember when it was, a couple months ago, and spoke with you guys, I was really impressed because I walked in and I can't remember her name, but she was talking on the phone to a patient about the program, getting them signed up online, and then I continued down at your office, and I think it was JC, right?
Yeah.
She was signing up another patient, as they were checking out. So how have you guys motivated the staff? How have you got them on the same page to offer this to all your patients?
I think that that goes right back to Dr. Tomlinson. Dr. Tomlinson is an amazing man, first off, but he's also very open and very there isn't any decisions that are not made that we don't make in staff meeting, and he gets our opinion on what we think, and so when we started looking into doing savings plans, we had looked at a couple of other ones, and it just seemed to be really confusing and really difficult to get started to do any of that. And so we kind of went, okay, we want to do this, but we want to have it be easy for our patients, and that everybody in the office understands and easy for them to do as well. If you ask any of our girls in the back, they're going to tell you the same thing we're going to tell you up front, and jump right on that. This was all set up and discussed with all of us, and so it wasn't hard to get everybody motivated because it was the plan that everybody worked on and everybody did. And that's credit to Dr. Tomlinson, because he does that with everything that we do in the office.
Great.
He has final say, and there are, I'm not saying that he doesn't control everything, because he does, but he values our opinion, and lets us be part of that. We're all a team, and so we all took part in getting the plan put together, and we all discussed what the percentages should be, what services should be in that percentage, what was going to be the 100%, twice a year cleanings, what was going to be included in that. We all took part in that and helped make that decision.
So basically, he got you guys involved right from the beginning, because I know other practices that I've just spoken with, over the past couple months, they'll start using our software, but they don't really communicate to their staff, why they're doing this, what the benefits are. So that's awesome that Dr. Thomason was organized and prepared to get everyone on board and motivate everybody to do this. And obviously, I know you guys saw the need there in your location with all the patients you guys were seeing.
Yeah.
So that's definitely helps. And then obviously you don't have to work with insurance companies with these patients, which makes your job a little bit easier, right? So I'm guessing that's a motivation as well.
Sure. Right.
Because because I've grown up. Oh, go ahead. So go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, we've even had a couple that had insurance and have dropped their insurance and during the savings plan, because it's, you have to run your numbers and work with your patients that way, and so it's worked out good that way.
That's awesome. And I was going to say, I've grown up in the dental world. My family owns a dental lab, and my mom has always been an office manager. So I've always grown up hearing how annoying insurance is to work with. And having these membership programs, I hear it from every office manager, like, oh, it's such a relief when one of these patients come in, because we don't have to worry about sending claims or getting rejected by dental insurance and having those conversations with the patients. That their insurance company is not going to be paying a portion of whatever they're receiving. So I would imagine that's a good motivator for the staff.
Right.
Let's move on to this next question here. So, how has your practice been able to enroll 200 or more patients to your program? I know you guys are growing really nicely, but what's the secret sauce?
I think that having everybody all the staff invested in it is the secret sauce. I really do, because I think that having from the front to the back to the the hygienists, all of them are invested with it, and so it's talked about all the time. Michelle, who does our scheduling and takes our phone calls, she presents it to people all the time. People call and, for instance, will say, do you guys take Medicaid or do you take Medicare? And she will say, no, we don't, unfortunately, but we do have a really nice in-house savings plan that help our patients. And if you're interested, I will go over that with you. And of course, they always are. And so then she goes over that plan and then gets them scheduled. And then when they come in and go to the back, then, or when they come in, if they're a new patient and they see me, then I present it to them again and give them a handout. We have a handout on letterhead that is our plan. So I'll go over it with them so they can see it and hold it. And then they take it to the back, and the back talks to them about it. And then when they get to JC finalizes it and gets them signed up. I think that having our patients understand that we are concerned enough to put a plan into place that will help them, and have us all talk to them about it several times during their visit, lets them know that we are excited about it, we're invested in it, and helps them to be able to afford their dental coverage. And like I said, we've had several that are like, okay, so my insurance is going to pay this much, but I can get this much off if I pay this, because that's cheaper than what I'm paying my insurance company. And so we run those numbers with them, and we sit with them and help them figure it out. And it's worked out really, really well.
Very cool. Thank you for that advice. Yeah. So, bottom line, anyone that listens to this, get the whole staff on board. Like Connie says, this is a great program not only for the dental practice, because you don't have to work with insurance as much. You make a more revenue, when it comes down to everything, and then the you offer quality care to not dentists, to your patients, because you're in control of what they're getting, and most times I speak with practices about these programs, and it helps with case acceptance. Have you guys seen that in your practice, helping with case
Yes.
acceptance?
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh, for sure. For sure. When
Very cool.
and that's something I don't know if other practices do as well, but we as a fake Tomlinson comes in and we've gone through all the preliminary. He goes back and he's in need of a root canal.
Hmm.
And so he comes up to JC. JC is going to print out a treatment plan of the total amount minus the 20% if he signs up.
Okay. Oh,
And
nice.
tells him what his discount is and what his part will be. We are not in network with any insurance, so
Great.
we do not do any write-offs with any insurance. We are not PPO'd or however your office portrays that. And so then we will also then print them a treatment plan
Hmm.
and minus their insurance, what their insurance will pay. And now, being said there, we still bill their insurance, we still take and run it, and sorry, tongue tied there,
No, you're
still
fine.
spend hours on the phone solving insurance claims and doing that
Yeah.
for our patients. And so she'll show them both ways. Or if they don't have insurance, she'll just show them the one, and then we give them that and help them understand it, and then help them, and then Michelle gets them scheduled to come back. And so it's really important, in my opinion, to show them, not just say, oh yeah, it's going to be around this, but you'll get 20% off. People want to see it, and sometimes
Yeah.
people don't understand it until they see it and hold it.
Absolutely.
And they own it. At that point, they own it. They know that, they need that root canal, that tooth has been hurting, but it always comes down to how am I going to afford to do that?
Absolutely.
So,
Awesome. Very good advice. So, bottom line, get the whole staff motivated and involved. And it sounds like
okay.
each segment of your staff has some form of education or communication about this program. When they go back to the hygienist or the doctor, they talk about it. And I think that's a wonderful, that's wonderful what you guys are doing, because education is marketing, essentially. And what you guys are doing in your practice is you're talking about it multiple times, and getting it into the patient's head that this is a great thing, which it is. You're not scamming them or anything, but
Right.
it's a wonderful thing, and I think that's awesome that you guys have everyone involved in this. That's one of the reasons, like you said, why you've been so successful in a short amount of time. So
Well, and
how?
I think,
Go ahead.
sorry, just to add to that, I think so too. If we haven't seen a patient, in a year, 2 years, and we love our patients and we love the family that we've gained within our patients, and so Michelle will call them, and we know their story. We're in a smaller community that we really try to
Hmm.
know their story, and so we know if right now our community is really struggling. The oil field is down, and so we're struggling. And so Michelle will pick up the phone and call Jane Doe and say, hey, Jane, I know things have been tough in our community, and we haven't seen you in a couple of years. Are you being taken care of? And if Jane is, no, we just can't really afford it. Well, you know what? Because of that, we've put into place a great savings plan in our office. Let me tell you about that and see if that won't help your family get your dental needs taken care of. And so we've gone back and looked at our patient base and tried to help those people out that simply can't afford to go to the dentist, and this has made it possible for them to take care of those dental needs.
Very cool. That's awesome. And back to, you guys have over 200, I think now, or around 200 patients signed up to your program. How has BoomCloud helped you guys help the practice achieve this?
Oh, BoomCloud has made it so easy. And that's the thing is when we looked at doing other ones, it was so complicated, and we talked about hiring on somebody just to do that for us,
Oh, wow.
and BoomCloud, you guys have made it so easy and smooth. It's not been a hard transition. It's not been a hard thing to get everybody on board with because it's all been organized and set out there. Right down to, and one of the things we're going to do as well is send out flyers to every one of our patients.
Cool.
Those are in print right now. And so, but you guys have made it, having the dashboard and being able to look and track and see who has and who hasn't, and be able to get in there and help them track it themselves and add. We've had a couple of families that just, you know what, let's just do the kids, and by 2 days later we get on there and the whole family signed up now. So
That's awesome.
It's great. It's user friendly. Patients don't understand a lot of this, and that's where you get into trouble with insurance companies, because unfortunately people don't explain and educate what their insurance is going to pay and not going to pay, and with this it makes it so user friendly and so easy. It's just cut and dry, and so it's been super easy to do that way.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're glad to be helpful to your practice. And just to end things with our webinar here, what other additional tips or advice would you give a practice just getting started with a membership program? Because you guys have been there. You started it from scratch. You didn't have an existing one when you started with us. So that's why I chose you guys to help me with this webinar, is because you understand what it's like starting from scratch. So any additional tips or advice you have for our listeners?
Like we've talked about before, and you're right. We looked at several and kind of given it up because they were too complicated. Join a company who will make it easy and help. And that's one thing we love about you, Jordan, is that anytime we need, we can call and get answers, or get a hold of somebody to answer a question. A couple of things that we also did, super simple. Dr. Thompson donates, to the different community things, and we've done a couple of, like there was a Halloween book, and so on our ad in the Halloween book for the kids, we just simply put, ask us about our savings plan.
Ooh, awesome.
I just did the phone book renewals, and so the little ad in the yellow pages, I had them ask us about our savings plan.
Awesome.
Just ask a question, have them ask a question, and like I said, we're doing flyers and little brochures, and we'll have them displayed here at the office, and we'll also send them out. But we have, lots of people call and say, okay, I hear you guys got a savings plan, tell me about that. And it's because they've seen it or they've heard it. Word of mouth is great. That's probably your biggest referral is word of mouth. And so just start talking about it. Just get your staff involved, get your staff on board, and start talking about it, and start talking about it with everybody.
Yes, everybody. That's key. That's a tip that I always give to practices that sign up for their software, because you never know when, if I talk to, patient that just came in, and maybe he's got insurance, but maybe his brother or sister or somebody in his family doesn't have dental insurance, and they've been looking for a solution, right? That's where the word of mouth comes in. People like to talk about services and products that help them. So this is, like with, I don't know if you guys know of the story of Dr. Christopher Phelps over in North Carolina. In his program, he started from zero, much like you guys, started from scratch. And in a year's time, they had signed up, around 1,000 patients to their program, and all they did was talk, and then their patients talked. They spoke, they educated, and I think that's a wonderful tip. And it sounds simple, but it's so important to educate and communicate, about these membership programs.
Right.
So,
and nowadays you have your Facebook. Put it on your Facebook.
That too. Yeah.
And then everybody in your office share it.
Absolutely, because that's a form of of referring.
Yeah.
Instagram, yeah, social media, and I know we do give some pre-designed social media posts that practice can use, and some digital
Nice.
marketing content that our practice can use. You know, when they sign up with us, I'm more than happy to give those content and resources to any practice. But Connie, this
Right.
has been really good and informative. Any other last comments, you know, that you can share with anybody, or have we got all the information we can out of you?
Well, we're still learning and growing, and I think everybody is that way. But if they have any questions, they're more than welcome to reach out to us, and we'll answer them the best that we can. And
Awesome.
hopefully it was for everybody. Hopefully it. I know we have sure loved it, and it's sure been great for a lot of our patients. And so, if you're still on the fence on whether it's something you want to do or not, jump that fence. I mean, it's been great for us, and it's been certainly great for our patients to have that option. And I think we're going to see more and more practices go this way, to help out that way.
Yeah, I certainly have.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but we help with the software, so I deal with lots of practices that are getting started with this. But Connie, thanks again. This is wonderful information. The site. Could we share your site? Is that okay if we share you guys' website so they can kind of
Sure.
see how you guys are doing?
Sure.
What is your website?
Jordan, you still got on my. You want our website as far as the practice website?
Yeah, the practice
That's what
website.
you want? Okay.
Yep.
So it is www.tomlinsondental.com.
Perfect. Tomlinson is spelled Tomlinson for everyone.
TOMLINSON.
Awesome. Perfect. So you guys, anyone listening to this can check out, how they've structured their plan and everything. Very wonderful, good resources and tips you shared here,
Yeah.
Connie.
And definitely put a link on your website. The patients, if they get to your website, they can click and get to the savings plan.
Absolutely, yes.
Sure yeah.
That's another great tip. And then, obviously with our software, we allow, online enrollment. So we integrate right into the website as well, so patients can sign up online. So yes, I would always recommend doing that, because patients can sign up at home or they can sign up in the office. It just gives more options for those patients.
Right.
So awesome.
Yeah,
We'll end this webinar, Connie, and thank you so much for joining me today. It's been very, very good today, and I hope everyone out there has a great day. And if you have any questions, you can email me at Jordan, JORDON, at BoomCloudApps.com, and I'd be more than happy to help anyone with questions about membership programs. Thank you so much.
You bet. Thank you, Jordan.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay.
Bye.
All right. Let's see. I'm just going to stop recording here.